What's up, guys? New location. I'm actually back home. This looks nice. Oh, what is this? Oh, all right. I'm back at my parents' place outside of Chicago. I'm gonna be here for a few days. I'm doing a video with Tom Sroka. For those of you guys who don't know who Tom Sroka is, he's one of the OG lifters, or was one of the OG lifters at Cal Strength, and then he moved on to Muscle Driver and USA. He currently is a coach here in the Chicago area, and we're gonna go check out his gym. But right now I'm here in my dad's office, and he's got all these really crazy, what is that? And he's got a lot of these, lighter fluid. And then best of all, he's got some andro testing from GNC from 1996. When this was getting banned, he went to go buy it. He's a sports writer, and so he thought it would be pretty funny to buy one of these, but I can see this being a strength channel. That's kind of suspect. I'm just gonna close your eyes. It smells like shit. I'm here with Tom. Just gonna ask him a few questions, get his background, I want to pick his brain to find out his methodology for coaching currently here at Strength Agenda. But first I want to give you guys kind of an idea of where he came from. So a lot of us, myself included, it started with watching Cal Strength videos online, and Tom was actually a part of that old...
In the Cal Strength videos.
The OG Cal Strength crew.
Yeah.
And the first thing I want to ask, and I never actually asked you
okay, let's hear it.
was what was it like training with Donnie, with John, was Kevin Cornell, is that his name?
Kevin, yeah.
Kevin, young Rob Blackwell.
Young Rob, he looks old as hell now.
Yeah, and
Spencer.
Those were the guys. So what was it like training with that crew?
It was cool. The whole, that place epitomized the whole montage of surround yourself with people better than you. It was dog eat dog. Everybody used to give me crap when I was at MDUSA because all I used were blues, yellows, and green plates when I did my snatches and my cleans. And I tell people now, I tell people then too, but I tell them more now, the reason I did that, and it's still habit today, if you watch any of my videos now, I still automatically always just grab greens or yellows or whatever, I hardly grab reds except when I'm squatting. And that was because when you were at Cal Strength, I didn't earn the right to use those before those guys. So Donnie would grab the reds, John would grab the reds, Spencer would grab the reds. And if there was none left, too bad. You had to use what was there, or you had to wait till they were done. It was just there was a caste system. The best description of, a modern day jungle. There was Donnie at the top of the pile. Yeah. You didn't mess with him, you didn't talk to him unless he talked to you. You didn't get to train with him unless, that was the thing. Whenever Donnie would invite you to train on a platform with him or share a bar with him, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So at Cal Strength, twice I got to share a bar with Donnie, and it was the greatest thing ever for me at the time, because I was it was me versus Donnie Schenkel. And then we were at MDUSA, him and I shared a bar a little bit more because when we came to MDUSA, there wasn't, not all those guys were there. So it was really it was me, John, Kevin, and Donnie.
So what was the environment like comparatively? MDUSA after working at Cal Strength, being at Cal Strength?
MDUSA was nice because I didn't have to have a job right off the bat. When I was at MDUSA, I didn't have a job. They paid us a stipend.
Yeah,
they had A, B, and C team for stipends, and I was on the B team, and that was enough to pay rent. I also had my wife there. She had her full-time job. I had my stipend, so we were able to pay rent. We had a little extra every at the end of every month. But at Cal Strength, like I said, I was sleeping on Glenn's couch for 6 months. So I was coaching throwing at a high school, 2-3 hours a day. And then I was also working, 4 or 5 hours on the floor. They had a sports performance facility.
Right.
We had our morning training, then we would get a little break, we'd have lunch, then we have our afternoon training, and then depending on the day, it was either I had to go work the floor or I would go coach at my high school.
Right.
And then sometimes I would have to come back from the high school and work the floor till 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Drive back to Glenn's house, which at the time he lived 45 minutes away, and then wake up at 8 o'clock, do the whole thing all over again. So it was a lot of on your feet. Recovery wasn't prioritized, but at MDUSA it was. We were about as close as you could get to full-time athletes in the United States. That was the difference between MDUSA and Cal Strength. Now I've heard Cal Strength's different now. I don't know how the system works now.
Yeah,
I've talked to Dave a little bit, but we talk, but I don't talk about that. because it's none of my business, and whatever they're doing is obviously working because
Right.
they have I would probably say arguably one of the best lifters on the male side in the country right now in West Kits. So whatever they're doing is working.
That's a very interesting thing, the whole stipend thing for a weightlifter, because this sport, amongst many other Olympic sports, is not a very lucrative area.
You got to work very, very hard to make a living off of it, plain and simple. Right. Whether it's a coach or a lifter or a business owner or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
now that you are a coach,
yeah,
what's your methodology for coaching the lifts and programming?
I have a very basic approach. I have general cues that I rely on. Like I teach the 3-step approach like Glenn does, top down. I haven't found anything better than that. When I had the time, the top down was the best approach I have. But I teach the main 3 positions: the power position, the hang position, and from the floor.
Right.
And I teach that to everybody. Whenever anybody comes into the gym here, no matter what their experience level is, I make them go through what I call Barbell 101. And it's 2 days. First day we go over the snatch. Second day we go over the clean and jerk. Between the 2 days, they do like 250 reps. Like it's a
there you go. So well, first off, I do top down as well.
Yeah.
Second off, in my opinion, it's just about the volume. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
For a beginner, they need 250 reps.
Building base. Biggest thing is I focus on those 3 positions, and then the second big point is I look at their body mechanics, or I look at their body levers, and I coach based on their levers. Like somebody like you is not going to lift the exact same as me. I call out similar things to people when I see it, but I try to make sure that it's applicable to the person's body type. Like I have people with long limbs, short limbs, short femur and a long tip. Like I try to make sure that they're, moving as efficiently as possible. That's my big thing. And I try not to be such a stickler about technique. So once you get something fixed, something else is going to pop up that's wrong. And, we just got to keep, it's a constant fix. Like the minute you think you have the perfect technique is probably the minute you should stop lifting.
What I hate is the thing where you need to be perfect in every aspect of every lift. Mm-hmm. And so what that does is it actually shuts people down.
Oh, yeah.
It stops them from working out in the first place.
It's analysis by paralysis, plain and simple.
You need to lift. Okay, so here's what we're working on today. You need to get the weight more in your forefoot because the bar's swinging in and you're kicking it out. Yeah. We're going to work on this today. So then when you do it, I need you to do it. Yeah, I don't want you to think about anything else. When you do it and something wrong comes up, we'll fix it from there.
Absolutely. You learn something new every day. And that was the thing that I try to incorporate is I try to learn as much as possible still. And I just try to take things that I know are going to work. Like you were at the Sroka seminar with me. Yeah. And there was a lot about how he approached, warming up for the snatch. That just made the lift just make that much more sense to me.
Right. So that's I've said continuously in a lot of my videos and a lot on my channel is that Sroka influenced me in that way, but it was more, I feel like either the Soviet system or kind of a branch off of it, the Ukrainian system, they're trying to get kids to move with the barbell. Trying to get kids to move like they would jump and they would swing on swings. And for the way that he described the lift, where you would bring it in and the contact would come in, and it just made sense, and it gets people working. That's what I want people to work. I don't want them to think. So programming methodology. What does your team use right now? What are you guys doing right now?
The best way to describe it is conjugate-esque. I program 8 weeks at a time. Sometimes I'll do a 12-week phase, but I'll do 8 weeks at a time. The thing is, every 3 weeks we're alternating exercises. We do a lot of variation of the main lifts. We go fairly heavy. The main crux of the program is I focus on accumulating reps between 80 and 90%. And that was one thing I took from Glenn. That's where the body receives the most physiological adaptation. Right. So no matter what the variation is, the goal is if you're feeling like crap, get to 80% and move on. If you're not, try to accumulate as many sets as you can in that 80 to 90%. And then over time, when you start accumulating reps higher and higher in that bracket, you'll be getting ready to push a PR. But like every 3 weeks, we alternate the movements. So, we're in a phase right now where we're doing triples off the floor. The 4 weeks prior to that, we were doing triples, but we were doing it from the high hang. Some people were doing it from the blocks, some were doing it from the high hang, just depending on what they sucked at. Yeah. So, but conjugate-esque is the way. We do a ton of accessory work, we do a ton of strength work. The most variety comes in the main lift. Some people, like I said, get a little bit more liberties. Like if they hate something, they have no choice. They're doing it.
All right, well, I want to train. So put me through a workout.
Let's go get it. Let's go get it.
Bye-bye. Have I earned the right to use a red?
Yes.
Of all things in this gym, this bench is by far the coolest. It's a padded, let me just kick it. Is it actually a church pew?
There was a church.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a nap here. Let's go. What the hell? Come on, guys. Come on. Pray for moments like this. We feel good enough to fucking take the deal. Show the capitalize.
Come on, let's go! Come on, Zach. Come on, finish the ball, go!